Hello, good day. Today I would like to speak about Leica M6 and why I'm not a big fan of this camera. Before I start, I would like to say that Leica M6 is by any standard a great camera. The quality of camera is really great. So there is no question about is this camera good quality or not. It is excellent quality. But why I don't like it? So M6 was my first camera and I used it some time, but after some time I got myself M3. So, and where the love for M6 goes down is once when you start to compare it with other M cameras. So the M3 for me simply feels better because well, what makes a Leica M camera? The most important is the look and feel of the camera and the viewfinder. So the look and feel of the M3 is vastly superior. It feels better, it feels more natural, and the viewfinder is bigger. It does not have another frame lines inside. When using 50 in M6, you have 75. The patch of the rangefinder patch is flaring. It is not so precise. So in comparing to M3, the M6 fails in many options. So everybody knows that M6 is only up to 50 millimeters. So if you want to use 35 or 28 millimeters, then of course you should use some other camera. But I also have M4, and M4 is also vastly superior to M6. The frame lines are better, they are more precise, there is no flare. It's really also much better. Also the feel of the camera, it feels better in the hand, it feels better when shooting, when rewinding, everything. So in comparing to any other M that I've used, M6, it's failing, and it is expensive. I paid like 10 years ago 1,000 euros, now it's over 2,000 euros. And if you need light meter, okay, I'm shooting black and white, so I don't need it. But I would like to say that all those cameras are pretty old. If they are serviced, it's not important, is it 30 or 60 years old. So, and M4, M3, I used M1, I had M1, I had M5, M2, all of those cameras in look and feel, in the viewfinder and rangefinder patch, and in the frame lines, they are superior to M6. I didn't use MP, I didn't use MA, the newer one, the expensive one, but those up to M6, every single one was better. The only camera that it's like equally not so awesome as M6 is the CL. So the CL also feels a little bit, let's say cheap in comparing with M3 and M4 and other older M. So, but for CL, okay, I paid 150 euros CL, so it's understandable. But for M6, such a big price, and in half price, if both are serviced, you can get a nicer feel and better camera. So for 50 millimeters, there is no competition. M3 is #1. Nothing beats M3 when you're shooting 50, 90 on 135. If you are using wider lenses, then I would say M4 or M2 are better choice than M6. Today everybody has a smartphone and has a light meter on the smartphone, so better to buy for 1,000 euros and service it than pay something 2,000 euros or 2,500 euros. And the feel, it's not so awesome. It's hard to explain on the video, but but it feels a much more cheaper build. And as I already said, the viewfinder is flaring on the sun. The patch, the rangefinder patch, is sometimes not so visible. 75mm visible in 50mm. Some people even removing those extra frame lines. It is so irritating. So please don't be upset if you have M6 and you consider this an awesome camera. If I don't have any other camera, any other Leica M camera, I would say M6 is awesome. But once when you compare it to older M4 or M3 or even M2, you will see what I mean. Okay, thank you very much and bye bye.